on the F1 screen here at the close of trading on August the 11th, Monday, we can see that we have a day where they got stops where we thought we would get them. They weren't able to get up and take out this 42, 43 area yet. So stops above 38 was the play that we saw this morning, and that's the play that we got. So if we put all this together, we're still looking at a B with prices rejected below 1900 and at 1940 right here. So trading range, maybe a seller at 1940 depending on the news, a buyer at 1900 until things change. Most of the press that you read right now still leans a little negative. The economic news is mixed. So we have a higher low and a higher high. We can buy weakness or we can sell failure to take out 1940 is what this screen is telling us. Looking at the F2 screen, which is where we adjust the information on the F1 screen, you can see that we're leaning probably D, looking at volume, maybe a little bit to the P side. On TPOs, we're leaning a little bit to the P side, but not overwhelmingly so. So if we were to close this market right here, we'd be trying to just do what we did this morning. We're going to sell 39 to 41, and we're going to sell 45 plus or minus. Tomorrow's news is JOLTS, which means effectively we have no news. Last month, 4.65 million job offerings. I'd like to see that number a little bit higher tomorrow, showing that the jobs market is getting better. On the buy side, 30 plus or minus will be buy one. And then the area we'd prefer to get in and do it would be the 25, 27 area. Pretty much where we were today when all things were considered. Looking at the note, very, very quiet day. Had no range at all, and you'll see that when we look at the charts. The F2 screen, and we'll get back to the F1 screen in a moment. You can see the software is not released. On the F1 screen, we have a seller. You got a lower high and a lower low. On the F2 screen, you can see very, very tight trading range, not a lot of action. Seller above 30, 31, and a buyer below 25. So we had 24 to the buck. We had an 8 30-second trading range, which is pretty quiet when you get right down to it. So the trade right here, we closed it at 29 for the day session, would be sell failure to take out 26.04. No news to drive the trading. The market will be looking towards news out of the Ukraine and out of Iraq. S2 will be 7 to 11. On the buy side, 21 to 25. Biggest news we're going to have tomorrow will be 3-year auction. And buy 2 will be 13 to 17. So we're looking to be buyers because of the 3-year auction. Unless the E-mini is just screaming and going through the roof. and it's hard to see how that could happen. The knob spread widened up about 3/30 seconds, which shows the long-term player is still interested, still accumulating, building a position. You can see that definitely a little more P look to the 30-year than it was to the 10-year. Last rotate up stopped at 13, then 15, then 18, so selling failure to take out 12 to 16 will be the short trade, then 19 to 23. On the buy side, 1 to 5, and then 25 to 29. Pretty quiet day for this contract too. Just not a lot to trade off of, or at least the market deemed it as such. Okay, gold's the same situation. I just can't see anybody getting really, really excited about going home short gold. And the reason for that is that who knows what the headline might be in the morning out of the Ukraine, out of Iraq, and things could get ugly in Iraq. So much of America, you know, we just don't have these problems, and we don't have years of warfare, you know, pestilence and plague and famine facing us. We haven't been invaded. We've been attacked on our own soil by Al-Qaeda. So we don't face what the rest of the world has faced repeatedly. So it's pretty easy to forget that things can be pretty bad outside the borders of the Western world. So I think we're right where we have been. 5 to 7 is the buy area. 1300 is buy 2. 10 to 12 is sell 1. The market will be dependent upon news out of those areas that we mentioned. Russia is sending an aid convoy to the eastern Ukraine. I wonder if we'll have Russian special forces as the drivers, or if we'll have regular aid workers. I wouldn't bet against the former. Looking at crude oil, again, I don't think anybody goes home short crude oil unless in deliver in. It's just too risky. So 98.50, 75, sell 1. That is resistance. And then 99 plus or minus would be sell 2. Well, let's make this a quarter 50. That's pretty aggressive. And then 75 to the buck for sell 2. And on the buy side, I kind of like that 25 to 50. We'll leave that. And then 97 for buy 2. I don't think there's, if it weren't for the war premium, we wouldn't be as high as we are right now because of the extra production coming out of the United States. But the market is telling us that the crude oil shipments are not jeopardized right now. that can change in one swell swoop. Okay, on the euro, I like the short side. We are pointed lower. Not a lot of trading range, definitely looking at a B. Last rotate stopped at 95. We're at 86, so we'll make 95, 134.05, sell 1. And then sell 2, we'll make 15 to 25. And on the buy side, I think we're headed a little bit lower here, 65, 75, buy 1. And then 40 to 50, buy 2. And that's it for August the 11th, 2014. We had a pretty good trading day today, all things considered, especially given the lack of news. Able to, with patience, let the market come to us and get the plans, get the trades off as envisioned. And hopefully we'll have a little more to work with tomorrow. Pretty quiet trading, all said and done. Hope you all have a great evening. We'll see you bright and early in the AM, 6:45 Central Time. And until then, enjoy yourselves. I'm out.